Hey everybody, welcome back to the tower. I hope you're doing well, and if you're not and you're having a tower moment, you've come to the right place because that's all we do. I hope I can help you and figure out what's going on, and if I can't, don't force any tarot reading ever to resonate. All of these messages are timeless, and there are no star signs. Everybody gets to play. I've done quite a few videos, so if this message doesn't resonate, like I said, check out a different video I've done. Maybe that one will help you even further. All right, what do we do here? Well, what I do here is I draw two cards from the Major Arcana deck, just like this, to find out what the overall energy of your tower moment is. I look at the bottom of the deck for more information, and then we clarify with this deck over here. Now, like I said, don't try to force it to fit. If it fits, great, maybe. And tower moments are never fun. Don't expect fairy tales and happy endings here all the time. All right? Okay, with that out of the way, let's get started. The very first card on the deck is the Temperance card, and this is something that's out of order. Timing is off. Everything feels wrong. It feels like everything is delayed. Everything is broken. Everything feels like it's just not where it's supposed to be. You ever wake up and you just look around and you're just like, everything feels wrong. Everything feels off. This is the Temperance card in reverse over here. No harmony in your life. Everything just is wonky, and that leads to your tower moment, of course, which will lead to the moon energy. Now, the moon energy is all about concealment. What's wrong? Where are you going? Why are you being lost? I don't know. Are you going to fall into a tailspin? I hope not. Let's see what the energy has to say on the bottom of this deck. Yeah, maybe. There we go. Higher rated than High Priestess. Oh, boy. So, basically, I think you're avoiding something here. If I were to stop this reading right now, I would say you're definitely avoiding something, because the High Priestess is the keeper of secrets, is the conscience, the psychic intuition, the one that the higher self that kind of screams at you a little bit, says you need to do this, or you're not gonna get the right lesson out of this something. So you are totally avoiding something, and I don't know what it is, but you're avoiding something, and you're not learning the thing that you're supposed to be learning, or doing the thing you're supposed to be doing to level up your energy. Let's see what that something could be. Feel tired a lot. That's not helpful for anybody, because that's everybody. But the Nine of Wands is the energy of the wounded warrior, the guy who is just wants to quit and give up. It's right before the Ten of Wands, so it's the energy, of course, of I don't want to do this anymore. You're tired, exhausted. That doesn't help anybody. You feel like your life's a mess. Well, look at that. You feel like your life's a mess and you don't want to do it anymore. You feel like everything's going wrong that could go wrong, and it just keeps falling apart. And there's a lot of regret here. You're avoiding something. You're avoiding a conversation. You're avoiding, it could be as simple as doing the dishes or vacuuming the floor or something like that, because messes, disorder, chaos, it kind of surrounds us and it takes over everything. And it's easy to let it slide. It could be something as simple as clean your house, right? It could be that. But work is busy, life is busy, you're stressed out, everything in your outside life isn't working, and that kind of reflects from the inside, so it just feels like chaos. Or, if that's not it, it could be there is very much regret on a situation going on here, and it feels like your life is falling apart because you made a bad decision, and you can't keep this decision up anymore. Maybe you lied to somebody to be in a relationship with them. Maybe you're lying to somebody right now and you're in an affair. Maybe you're trying to live a double life. I don't know, it could be something like that. But there's a lot of regret here. You feel bad about what you're doing or not doing. All right? So I know that sounds kind of generic, but the moon energy is here. So that's a concealment energy. What does your tower moment say? Let's get a little bit more. All your new things you try to start fail. I want to try something new. I want to do this. I want to do that. It just feels like there's no go power. It's like you can't get started, which would make sense because the rest of your life here is a mess, and there's a lot of anxiety here. So, yeah, I think you're trying to start over, trying to reinvent yourself, trying to be someone better and new, but it's just difficult. And I think you're biting off more than you can chew. If I had to say it in a cliche kind of thing like that, I would say you are trying to do too much at once. You're trying to change everything at once, and that's impossible for just about everybody. All right. Got to start small. Like, control your inside world before you can start controlling your outside world, right? Like you don't sleep very good because you just can't figure out why nothing's working. Yeah, the moon energy is hiding your celebration and your happiness. You're just not very happy anymore. Kind of lost your words. You don't know how to communicate with people. You're feeling pretty low energy. And yeah, 2 pages over the moon. It's just like your spark is gone. You're missing it. You're I would call this the depression reading if it would be that simple. But I think the problem here is you are overwhelmed way by trying to do too much at once. And when you have too many things to do, you can't you give up because it's overwhelming. And this is very much the energy of I quit, I give up, I don't want to do it anymore. I want to go into my dark little space in my room and I don't want to talk to anybody ever again. No communication, no connections, no happiness. You just want to disappear. And that's what you want to do. But your higher self here is telling you not to do that. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the 7 of Cups, which is the card of overwhelming options, chaos, and an endless to-do list that feels endless. Most to-do lists are endless because that's just life. You're always going to have something to take care of or do or talk to, or you're going to have to do general maintenance in life just to get by, and a lot of times we let that build up. So if you're feeling this way and this resonates with you and you're just, I can't even do anything but scroll on my phone and lay in bed, start small. You got a whole thing left to do in your house, right? Let's say it's kind of a mess a little bit. Do the dishes. Don't even do all the dishes. Just like stack them all up and do half the dishes. All right. And then put the other half in the sink and maybe, I don't know, gather up some stuff and throw it out. And little things. It all adds up. You don't even have to do it all at once. Slow process. There are no rules, there's no guidelines or rules to this kind of thing. And I think that's another thing that weighs us down a lot. We think we're supposed to be expected to live a certain way, and nobody says you have to do all the dishes at once every time. I mean, a lot of people do, but some people you don't have to. Half of them, then do the other half later. Vacuum the floor, vacuum half the floor. I don't know. Don't overwhelm yourself to make people who probably won't care anyway happy. And I feel like you just got overwhelmed and now everything looks like an impossible task. So you're tired and you're exhausted and you're beat up and you don't want to do it anymore. But if you continue on this path, it's going to lead to a tower moment where it's not going to only affect your life, like your at-home life and this stuff. It's going to start affecting your outside life in a big way because you're going to start seeing everything that way. Everything new is going to become an overwhelming nightmare. New plans. Hey, do you want to go out to eat today? And all of a sudden it's just stress. It's supposed to be fun, but it turns into stress, right? Simple things will turn into, oh my God, I can't do this. Because you're going to trick yourself into believing you can't do anything. That's not true. You can do things. The high priestess is here telling you that You can do it. This is a test. I don't think there's any rules on how to pass it, just as long as you pass it and, take control of your life again. As much as you can. You'll feel better too once you get started, probably. But, yeah, this energy is not a happy one. And I hope it doesn't resonate with you, but if it does, it's okay. It's fine. I feel this way sometimes too. And it takes small steps. All right? You got this. We'll be fine. All right, I'm going to show you the cards, and that'll be it. Here we go. Check it out. Don't get overwhelmed. Don't let life win. Or the chaos of life win, I should say. All right, if you made it this far, thanks for watching. I hope you hit the subscribe button, and I hope this message helped you a little bit to take control of the chaos a little bit. Don't let it win. You got this. All right. I try to upload every day, so if you hit the subscribe button, that'd help out a lot. And I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for making it this far to the end. Goodbye. Have a good day.